Good afternoon, everybody. Uh, for those of you wondering, things are going good. I went to the lake yesterday. I got a funny new icon for my character in Warframe. Speaking of Warframe, that's what you guys came here for. Today is the Ember video. A name which I do not have the best history with, but a frame which has the gimmick that is one of my favorite things in existence. That, of course, being fire. That being said, considering I am uploading this, I think we're, what is it? Three? No, not three, 6 days away from TennoCon, which is the Warframe convention. For those of you who don't know, they're going to be doing a bunch of announcements and things and stuff and free rewards, or not really free because you pay for the tickets to get to the con. But regardless, one of the things that people are hoping will be announced is an Ember rework because as of the past four updates, there have just kind of been characters with gimmicks other than fire that just use fire significantly better than Ember when fire is supposed to be her whole gimmick. So, yeah, with that critique or criticism or whatever you want to call it out of the way, let's get into an Ember's actual stuff. So, here she is. You can see I've recolored her and given her a few things, just stuff. Anyway, first, of course, we want to go over abilities. Her passive, of course, receives 5% ability strength for each enemy within affinity range affected by heat. For those of you who don't know, heat is basically the status effect equivalent of fire. So, considering that I think pretty much all of her abilities deal with fire somewhat, her ability strength is just going to be constantly increasing as long as you keep affecting people with heat. First ability, Fireball, pretty self-explanatory. Pretty self-explanatory. It's just a fireball that you throw at someone and then it explodes on contact. Uh, Next up we have Immolation. Immolation is like, well, the word I believe means to just burn. Like immolation is like the act of setting someone on fire, I think. But anyway, the abilities gimmick is that it just gives Ember damage reduction based on, I think, heat status effects, or it just progressively. I guess it just progressively becomes stronger and then uh, starts consuming energy at the point where the heat gets the highest. Third ability, Fire Blast. Basically, when you do this immolation thing, you see that weird fire bar. It starts going up. Fire Blast can effectively discharge some of that excess heat, and it just is a shockwave of fire, which sounds kind of weird saying it out loud, considering a shockwave I would assume would put fire out. And then we have Inferno, which is just a bunch of flaming meteors, or comets, I guess. How does Ember summon comets if her gimmick is fire? I don't know. Ask the wizard, the lady that makes portals to the sun, and the guy who is basically an unstoppable force and immovable object all in one. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the fun little icon I was talking about for you guys. A glyph up here. You'll be able to see it better if I find it here. It's just Lotus change of plans gif. It's just Lotus, I think, holding a Glock 19 or something. Anyway, aside from that, we do have augments to go over. I do own some of the augments, which you can see with my upgrades, but I don't own all of them, so we will have to be going over to the place where you can acquire them. Thankfully, the place where you can acquire them is the place I have the most standing with. I'm not going to actually get these just because I don't care enough about Ember to do so. But yeah, you get herd augments with Steel Meridian and assumedly another one, but I don't know which one that is. Fireball Frenzy, the augment for Fireball, hold to cast will grant all allies within 15 meters an additional 100% heat damage to their attacks for 40 seconds. Pretty good in terms of being a damage buff, uh, though, yeah. And then Immolated Radiance, allies within affinity range will receive 50% of Immolation's damage reduction. So yeah, one would think that the Warframe that's gimmick is fire would just be all about destruction, but all this considered, it seems like she's more of a team buff frame, really. Healing Flame is the Fire Blast augment, and it makes it so that each enemy hit heals by 25 to 50 depending on current immolation level, with Ember overhealing grants you Overguard, which I'm not sure if I've gone over Overguard because there's only a few frames that have a means of giving it to themselves or others, which Dante is one of them. I don't think I mentioned that in the Dante video. So Overguard is just an extra amount of health that you have over your health and shields, but it doesn't get the same damage reduction as your health and shields do because it doesn't have armor applied to it. Anyway, fourth augment, Exothermic, is the Inferno augment, and it makes it so that enemies killed when under the effects of Inferno have a 15% chance to drop an energy orb. Yeah, not particularly good. I mean, it could be good under circumstances. I just those are for Excalibur. Don't worry about those. But yeah, those are her augments. Now, Ember does not have a Laverian entry. She doesn't really have any lore. Very similar to a certain favorite Warframe of mine in that regard. You can see all these guys have Laverian entries, distinctly missing. Let's see, how many Laverian entries are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Out of the I think we're at 65 now, 66 if you count Sirius and Orion as two different frames. Regardless, uh, yeah. Ember does, I mean, it's not at all relevant to gameplay, but, well, I mean, it is relevant to gameplay, but, uh, there is such thing as heirloom bundles, which, if I can find it, why is this Warframe Deluxe bundles? Show up in Deluxe? I guess it would not. Heirlooms show up here. Ember has an heirloom skin. Question is where? Ah, here it is. And for some reason my computer glitched out, but it's Ember's heirloom skin. So yeah. And then I believe. Oh yeah, we still have to go over acquisition. So she doesn't have any lore really to speak of, except I think her like the relation to is it no, that's how you get Equinox. think it's... Oh wait, is it this guy? General Sargus Ruck? Okay, so I'm not entirely sure on the facts of this. You guys can fact check me later, but I believe in order to get the parts for base Ember, you need to go here to Tethys on Saturn and defeat General Sargus Ruck, who I'm not totally sure how all of his mechanics work. Mostly I just got carried through that boss fight, honestly, but yeah, he has like this weird invulnerability thing that I don't actually know how to get past, but regardless of my own possible ineptitude, uh aside from acquiring Ember Prime, which at this exact moment is impossible, that would be about it. The current Prime Resurgence is Equinox and Wukong, and the next one that's happening in 3 days, which is just before TennoCon, I believe, because TennoCon is happening July 11th, and in 3 days and 21 hours, it'll be July 9th? Yeah, 9th. Anyway, yeah, so Ember Prime unfortunately does not seem to be in the future, or at least not in the near future. But if you happen to come across someone, I don't know, selling her on the dark web, not literally the dark web, I'm talking about Warframe.market, but regardless, I actually think I might have spare Ember relics. It appear as though I have a singular relic with Ember parts in it. But yeah, that's all for the Ember content, folks. I do have to say, for one thing, thank you guys, the few of you that watch these videos, for supporting my content. I plan to keep this going about as long as I can, but I can't exactly just do this as a hobby and do it consistently. But that aside, do subscribe, do like my channel, or do like this video and do subscribe to my channel. It helps, it will begin to help me out eventually. I need 500 subscribers in order to actually make money from this, and until then, I mean, I have a job, but it doesn't pay me that much. Anyway, do like this video, do check out other 2 videos that'll be here, do subscribe, like, what is it, up here in the middle or something? There'll be, I believe, a playlist on this side of me, and then I believe a recommended or newest video on this side. So yeah, check out the Warframe playlist, check out the most recently posted video. Maybe check out, I've decided to revamp my uh Devil Fruit ranking list videos, so maybe check that out if you're interested, and if enough people like that, maybe I'll do the same thing with my stand ranking list. Maybe I'll do more ranking list content, I don't know. But regardless, I will see you guys later.